Welcome back to the Amazon FBA Sourcing Success Guide. And in this video, we're going to be talking about some general tips and recommendations from experts in order for you to be successful as a seller, as it's going to affect the way that you source material. Now, you should expect to invest $500 minimum in your initial inventory. And this is an investment. It's actually going to be a sunk cost. So this is going to be $500 that you should probably expect not to take back out of the business. This is really a startup cost, startup inventory, and it's going to be something that you're going to use to build your initial stock. Now, this $500 that you should be putting into your inventory should not include the supplies and other accessories that you're going to need to run your business. Again, we're talking about inventory only. In order to scale up probably to the level where you're going to be able to be extremely profitable, you're going to want to see a significant income, you are going to, again, want to see that $500 to be something that you put into the business, and then that's going to be it. Again, this is a sunk cost, and one of the reasons that it's important to mention this is typically Amazon FBA sellers don't necessarily see profits right away. And even when they do start to see profits, you're going to want to begin starting to put that profit not only just back into the business, but also back into learning more about how you can be a better FBA seller. Now, if you can, you want to be ready to take advantage of other opportunities. And this does mean that you're going to want to Now, if you can, you want to be ready financially to take advantage of other opportunities. And this really speaks to the way that you're going to be managing your cash flow. Once again, this has everything to do with how much money you're going to be taking out of the business and your expectations as to what the business should produce for you. So again, you should consider the first 3 months, first 4 months, as well as the first $500 as an investment, and not look to take it back out, because you want to have considerable funds in order to take advantage of big opportunities that will help you to be able to sell more and scale fast. Now, most of the FBA experts expect that you should probably be seeing profit sometime after 3 months. So up until the first 3 months, expect that you're going to be you're probably going to be investing in the business. You're probably going to not necessarily see even a lot of sales. Typically takes about 3 months before sellers start to see some results. Once you start to see those profits, you should then begin to start taking some of them in order to spend on yourself. So again, after 3 or 4 months, that's when you should start looking at, well, what's profitable? What is it that you're going to not have to put back into the business? And then you should take some and actually use it as if you were going to have it to spend. FBA vendors tend to track their expenses in a separate checking account, and you want to do the same thing. Again, this helps you to segregate your funds, and it helps you at tax time to be able to negotiate all of the different databases you're going to be working with in order to start figuring out what it is that you'll have to pay, what it is that you'll need to do tax planning for the next year in your FBA business. Now, one thing that FBA sellers do that doesn't necessarily come naturally, and it isn't necessarily even intuitive, is that you want to keep track not only of your overall profit, but you should also be keeping track of the profit that you're making on individual purchases. And there are software packages that will help you to do that. In fact, that some of them will help you to download the information from Amazon FBA, and you'll be able then to keep track of what it is that you're making on each item. This is vital, because then it'll help you to make good decisions about what it is that you're going to be buying in the future. And it goes without saying that you'll want to definitely keep a track from the very beginning of your individual expenses, like mileage. All of those things are going to really help you as you start to look to minimize your overall income when you get ready to pay taxes. One thing that lots of FBA sellers do is to involve their family and significant others instead of outsourcing and hiring out everything. This will help you to minimize costs when you're starting up the business and then focus on areas of selling and marketing. So in some cases, you may not have family or significant others available that can help you in the business, but when you can, consider involving them. Consider asking them to be a part of what it is that you're trying to do so that you can begin to scale quickly. Now, one thing that you'll want to keep in mind as you start to look at what it is that you're going to be buying, you want to keep ease of shipping in mind. In other words, when you buy an item, or even if you find one online, is it going to be easy for you to package and ship? Is it going to be something that you are going to be able to very easily find boxes and packaging, and you're going to be able to get it to Amazon? Because everything that involves shipping is going to be a cost to you, whether or not you do it now or later. So when you look at items, take a look and think about, am I going to be able to easily send this to Amazon? You want to minimize any complications in the sale. If you are going to have trouble actually getting it to Amazon, more than likely you're going to have to pass that cost and the inconvenience along to your buyer, and your buyer is not going to be willing to buy as quickly as they might if they can find something that's more convenient. So if it's bulky or expensive to ship, this is going to impact your buyer as well as you. So again, unless the profit is so high, or the business reason is so compelling, you may want to consider, if an item is not necessarily easily shippable, that you let it pass and allow another vendor to do it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.